Yes, y'all. So we are still continuing on with our Women in Entertainment special. And we have the Superwoman herself, Lil Mo, checking in with us. Say hello to the people.
Hey!
So, you know, people really want to know, like, what's up? I mean, of course, you burst onto the scene as an artist, but, you know, we haven't heard new music in a while. And from my research, you know, you've made a transition. So can you just give us an update on what you're doing?
Well, not only am I a mom and a wife first, that's what I actually took time to do. I have 3 children, and I have my own radio show. It's from 2 to 6. I'm on WPGC right outside of D.C. But a lot of people check me out online, which is everybody wants instant gratification. They can't get enough of messy mess.
Messy mess. Yes. What exactly did you get tired of to turn you to say, you know what, let me just chill?
I got tired of not handling business. I got in the industry, I think, by default. It like really literally just happened. I to this day don't know what demo, what dance, what good deed I did that led me to one day being in Green Acres Mall, I had a beeper then I got a beep from a 212 number, called it back, and it was like, yeah, this is Merlin Bob. His assistant called me, put him on the phone. He said, Missy Elliott wants you to call her. Hilarious. So I'm going from window shopping to touring, you know, worldwide. So it was like literally when you take something true, you gotta be ready. It literally like fell in my lap. But then I needed a break because I didn't know the business. And you know, it's a lot of people that I thought were my friends, and they just messy.
Messy. Do you feel like it would have been different if you were a dude? I mean, I think that a lot of times, you know, there's situations that go down where I'm like, now see, if I was a nigga, this wouldn't be happening.
No, there were always plenty of times that happens in business as well as personal. Then there's sometimes I'm about to push the button on this one where I said, shoot, if I was white, this would never be happening. You know what I'm saying? And it's not being racist or anything, or sometimes I'm just like, yo, the sexism, racism, feminism, anything that ends in ISM, it's really alive and well in this industry, and that's something no one can prepare you for because you never know when it's going to happen. But honestly, a lot of people that I respect gave me great wisdom things, such as like the Jay-Z. I just like, don't people ever have any common sense? He was like, for real? Sense ain't common. So I'll be like, oh my God, like, I never thought of it like that. They would just give me things to just like live by.
Well, lastly, it's like, I think there's this myth that women don't get along, of the music industry specifically, that women undercut each other. Do you feel like that's a myth, or have you felt like women have embraced you?
I think with this industry, you just have to pick and choose who you consider your friends wisely. I don't gravitate to a lot of people, and a lot of people say, oh, you hate me. Well, I'm just like, no, that's like me walking up to a stranger and just all of a sudden being friends. I'll be cordial, but then there's a lot of people I'm just like, I can pretty much sense real from fake, and I'm like, okay, that's them over there. It's a lot of fakeness. And I've been able to weed through that just because of how I was brought up. But then sometimes there's a lot of people who I say, oh, I don't like Mo. She always talking and blah, blah, blah. I said, but for real, if you really knew me, you'd be like, oh my God, yo, I love her because I'm just raw, uncut. I don't sugarcoat. I don't hide my true feelings. And that came with me maturing.
Now, I definitely feel you. I always say, if you don't like me, it's because you don't know me.
Exactly. Exactly.
Well, thank you so much for checking in with us. And tell folks where they can check out more of Lil Mo.
You can check me out on Twitter, running my fingers. That's my, these are my, what do they call it? These are my phalange mouths.
I knew you were phalange.
My Twitter is @TheLittleMoShow.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much, Mama. We'll definitely keep in touch.
All right.
Things I learned this week. Yeah. It cracks me up every time. All right. Things I learned this week. 1, I would like to welcome the combat troops back. We must be very specific. You know how the news is. They tell you like, woo, the troops are back. And then they have like a story right after that's like, but not all of them. We still hate Obama. And that is what happened yesterday. Obama, of course, very poised, spoke to the nation. The combat efforts apparently are over in Iraq. So those troops that were there shooting it up are coming back. But there's still a number of troops out there, you know, keeping further shoot 'em up scenarios from happening, as well as doing reconnaissance, etc. So really, I welcome those back, but I can't wait till everybody's back, you know, because I'm still not sure why we're over there in the first place. But I'm just Amanda, so it really doesn't matter what I think now. 2, I gotta take a moment for this because as my guests are here, we're about women, empowering, entertainment, all of that. People are gonna be angry with me, but I gotta keep it 100. I saw Lauryn Hill's performance, and I was personally offended by how not on par it was at Rock the Bells. I'll give you a moment to be upset. And I'm back. This is the thing. People are like, why do you care? Like, why is it such a big deal? Because those of us who were there listening to Lauryn and Miseducation when it dropped in 98, like, it meant it was like we almost fashioned part of our personalities off of this album. Right. Like, you know, when you're driving in your car, or me, my 1989 Honda Civic hatchback, light blue, and you're listening to the Miseducation, you're like, now the joy in my world. Like, it meant something. So when I see her perform it and it's now the joy in my world is Zion, Zion, Zion. What is this? What is this? What is this? This is not what I signed up for. I don't want to hear how many mics do we rip on the daily, many money, see me, how many mics do we? I don't want to hear that. Every record was done at 120 BPM. It's not house music. We love you for soul. And it's like, it just was frustrating for me because I'm like, yo, apparently her team is no longer saying like what's dope, and it's so disheartening when you see an artist that you love so much and you realize how disconnected they are from what you loved them for, you know. And it's like, I'm not saying that it's drugs or whatever, I'm just saying like it really felt like watching like the end of an era, and that was very much of a doozy for me. Okay, I'll bring it back with jokes now. I'm sitting at a restaurant in New York called Cafeteria. I ordered chicken and waffles. I'm eating my chicken and waffles, chicken and waffles, chicken and waffles. And the seating is very close. So there's 2 older white women sitting next to me. And one of them leans over and says, I'm sorry, what is that? And I was like, this right here, this chicken and waffles. So then her friend across is drinking wine, and she's like, Marjorie, what is it? It smells excellent. So the woman next to me is like, is it fried? And I'm like, yes, it's fried chicken. It's actually an African-American delicacy. Yo, this woman was like, is it really? I'm like, I wanted to start singing Lift Every Voice and Sing just right there, like, sing a song. So she was really like, oh my gosh, are you serious? And had never heard of chicken and waffles. How can you have never heard of chicken and waffles? It's delicious.
The combination is Roscoe.
It's Roscoe's. And I told her, I said, yes, there is a man that started a chain called Roscoe's in Los Angeles. And if you're there, you should definitely check it out. Black folks frequent it on the regular. And she was like, Marjorie, this is news to me. And then she says, which means something in Japanese. Means like bon appetit. But I feel like she just wanted to sound cultured. Like, I may not know about black culture, but I know about Japanese culture, so I'm going to just throw some Japanese in here. To which I responded, arigato.
Arigato gozaimasu.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. So, yes, this is my life. These are things. Of course, the person I'm eating with is looking at me like, really? An African-American delicacy? I'm like, don't hate, son. Don't hate. It's good stuff. Blackness. So I just want to shout out Roscoe's and everybody who loves chicken and waffles and spread the word. Shout out to Ween, the Women's Empowerment Entertainment Network, and Felicia and Melody for coming through and repping, as well as Lil Mo for getting on Skype. Do not forget, you can follow us on @TheSparkBV, and also give us your comments, etc., etc. It's another episode of Amanda Diva here, keeping you laughing and keeping you current. Spark with Amanda.